Wait for it. There we go. Door's locked. That's a new feature. All right, well, thank you guys for watching. We are taking the 2018 Subaru Legacy 3.6R out for a quick test drive after some delicious Panera bread. I had some French onion soup. It was awesome. So a couple things new. If you guys have seen our other videos, we did a nice comparison, just kind of overviewing the differences from a 17 to 18. We took a look at some of the new features in the 2.5i Limited 2018 Legacy. We're going to take it out for a spin today because they have made quite a few changes to the steering. It's a little bit tighter steering ratio. The suspension softened up a little bit. There's less wind noise. And apparently they've also changed the braking, although I'm not going to really slam on the brakes today to test that out, but I will take Subaru's word for it that it's better. So now there's two engine options available on the 2018 Legacy. No real difference between a 17 and 18. So we've got the 2.5i Limited. That's going to push out 175 horsepower, all naturally aspirated. And then you have the 3.6R Limited, which is what we're driving here today. So that's going to be 256 horsepower and 248 foot-pounds of torque. So quite a big difference there that we're going to see. Now, as I mentioned, they did make a couple minor tweaks to the transmission. It's supposed to be a little bit quieter, a little bit smoother feeling from that, so we're definitely going to test that out. We're also going to give it a little bit of gas, kind of really to see what the 3.6 is made of, because I don't think we've ever done a test drive review of the 3.6 Legacy. A couple things that they've changed on the inside here. We do have the 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you will get that 8-inch screen with all 3.6R Limiteds. And even with the base model Legacy, as is the premium, you're going to get the 6.5-inch screen, which will still give you Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. There we go. I don't know if you guys can see it here. Come on, buddy. All right, nice. Brakes do feel nice. Brakes do feel nice. This is what it's like to drive the Legacy in traffic. Cool. All right, well, now I'm going to have to floor it because this guy won't let me in. There we go. Cool. So I don't know if you guys can see that over here, though. One of the things they have changed, they do have the blind spot detection on the inside of the mirror housing unit. So I can actually see that really kind of without actually turning my head at all. You can see it right there. Very, very easy to see. I don't even really have to take my eyes off the center road here to actually see those differences, which is really, really nice. Now, as I mentioned, they did do some changes to the suspension. I do feel it does feel a little bit softer. What I'm noticing more, though, however, than that actually, is the noise. Really not a lot of noise in here. They've always had the noise insulating windshield in the front, but now they also have the passenger and driver side doors, which are going to also be noise insulated, which really is creating a much quieter cabin here. So little to no wind noise. I still have a little bit of road noise underneath, but nothing too drastic at all. Still very, very quiet. One of the quieter cars that we have. This steering wheel, I think, is the same as we're seeing on the Outback right now. So you've got the piano black key kind of controls here, all laid out exactly how we have them on the Impreza, but this nice brushed steel accents that they have here really give it a much more sporty look to it and a much more prominent 10 and 2 grips than we've seen previously as well. The other thing that I like, they've added a couple things to the display up here in the center. So the size of it and everything, I believe, is the same. We've had a digital speedometer up here in the 3.6 Limited. However, now we actually have what the speed limit is. If you have navigation, it'll actually show you the speed limit of the road that you're on, and it will let you know if you're speeding, which I don't know if you can turn that off or not, but it is a nice feature to have to kind of know, because sometimes, especially in Colorado, there's not always the best signage around, which is good. We also have, you can actually, if you toggle through here down at the 7 o'clock, we actually have some of the, a couple other new things that are in here. So we actually have a clock in here where you can see it, so you don't have to look over here. The clock that is over here on the center stack is a little bit more prominent, so you can see it more easily. But we also have the tire pressure units in here as well, which is really nice, and a couple other things. If you're using nav, you'll have your turn-by-turns available for you up here as well, which is good. So I'm coming on a little bit of a firm brake here. I'll see if I can kind of tell. Maybe a little bit. I don't think it's super drastic if it is different. They're saying that the amount of travel space that is required to stop is a little bit shorter than it used to be, but I still don't think it's like some cars where you get in and it's like super touchy brakes. I still think there's a nice amount of travel, so you can kind of slow down a little bit at a time and you're not kind of, every time you touch the brakes, you're slamming on them. They have also fine-tuned some of the eyesight features in here as well. We still have the reverse automatic braking, blind spot, pre-collision braking, lane sway warnings, everything that we've had on 2017. They just kind of updated it just a little bit, make it that much better and that much safer. So this car, or any Legacy I should say, with EyeSight is an IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus. So literally the safest car that you could buy. In terms of the throttle response, very, very good. Even in the 2.5i Limited, I drove that a little bit also. I like, especially in and around town, you just touch the gas, it really does go. It's very, very sensitive, so you don't need to be flooring it all the time. Now, there's quite a big amount of quite a large difference between the engine sizes here. So if you are someone who lives at really high elevation or frequently goes up to the mountains with a full car of people, things like that, or is coming from a car where you had a V6 previously or a 6-cylinder previously, you might want to consider the 6-cylinder. However, the fuel economy and for in and around town driving, or if you live down at elevation, I think the 2.5i is going to be plenty adequate for you. Overall, I'm very, very happy with the way this car drives. I think it's a nice, elegant, with a smidge of sportiness put in there. And it's, okay, I went over the line. Get over yourself. Okay, that was my lane departure warning. It works. There you go. It's a very, very comfortable ride. There's a lot of room. This car has more interior volume space than any other car in its class. So it doesn't necessarily drive big. I've got good visibility out of the front. I don't feel like I'm driving a big 7 Series BMW or anything like that. But the passengers in the back, myself included, are both very, very comfortable, being over 6 feet tall and driving in this car. So no problems at all there. The other thing I do like, we don't really have the headlights on right now. I have them on auto, but they're not on. But we do have the steering responsive headlights in this car in addition to fog lights, and those are LEDs on this one. So nice to finally see that. Previously, it was just the Forester that had the steering responsive headlights, and then the 17 Impreza as well. So we are going to see that on this car. And the new headlight design, which you can see in our comparison video and also our review of the limited 2018 Legacy, is very, very nice. And they've got a nice, cool, especially on the 3.6, a cool rear diffuser, actually. It kind of gives the Legacy that much more of a little bit of a sporty edge to it. So this isn't even the sport model, and it's got a cool rear diffuser. So cool. Overall, very, very happy with the way this car drives. If you guys haven't checked them out already, do check out our videos that compare the 17 to 18 side by side, and also the in-depth review of the 2.5i Limited that we did. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe to our channel for more videos like these. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time on Groove Subaru Today. Take care.